Good evening, my lovely things. Welcome to the Cavern of Secrets. I'm Cassie, the host of the channel, and this month we're discussing arson. This could be triggering for some of you, so I do advise caution before hearing this whole thing. Tonight's case occurred 3 years ago, so 2021, in California. Gary Stephen Maynard, age 47, was a former criminal justice professor for Sonoma State University. However, he also taught at colleges in New York and other parts of California. Maynard has a doctorate in sociology and holds 3 master's degrees. His teaching and research within the school focused on topics that included sociology of health, deviance, and crime, along with environmental sociology. On July 20th, Maynard was spotted near the scene of Cascade Fire on the western slopes of Mount Shasta. A mountain biker in the woods noticed the fire and contacted 911, then tried to limit the fire spread. Great Samaritan. A Forest Service fire investigator determined the Cascade Fire was most likely caused by arson. The investigator also noticed that on a dirt road 150 to 200 yards from the fire, a man struggling to free his vehicle. A black Kia Soul, after the car's rear, had failed to clear a partially buried boulder, so it was stuck, which actually made it much easier for them to spot this person. A witness told investigators that a man who was later identified as Maynard had arrived several hours before the fire had started. The witness said the man had walked off in the direction of where the fire eventually ignited, returning 10 minutes later. When the man returned, smoke from the Cascade Fire became visible, the witness stated. The Forest Service fire investigator kept his distance from Maynard when he approached Maynard struggling with his vehicle, citing his agitated and uncooperative behavior. So the investigator instead took a photo of the vehicle and the license plate number, which led to Maynard, instead of dealing with him. I don't blame him. Forest Service agents measured and recorded data regarding the tire pattern left by Maynard's car, which was evidence that tied him to a string of arson wildfires. Investigators traced Maynard's EBT card at grocery stores, which pinned him close to the time and place where a number of fires were set in Northern California, as early as the Bradley Fire, which destroyed over 300 acres on July 11th. Investigators believe Maynard might also be responsible for another fire that occurred earlier on July 6th, the Sweetbriar Fire. Both blazes struck in the Mount Shasta area northwest of the Lhasa National Forest, where the Dixie Fire was raging. Maynard had actually entered the evacuation zone and began setting fires behind the first responders fighting the Dixie Fire, which threatened more lives and increased the danger to the first responders. Forest Service agents grew concerned with Maynard's actions that they contacted Verizon Wireless for 15-minute updates on Maynard's location 24 hours a day in late July. Eventually, an agent installed a tracker on Maynard's car, which they used to follow behind Maynard, putting out several fires and gathering evidence that could link him to the blazes. After Maynard's arrest, he told Forest Service agents that he had not started any fires. He was booked into the Lawson County Jail regardless on a charge for violating a state law that forbids entering a closed emergency area. Later, a deputy told Maynard that a federal felony arson charge was being added to his list of crimes. Maynard insisted he was innocent. He also threatened the lives of the officers, according to the affidavit that was filed in the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of California. Federal prosecutors say Maynard set 4 blazes in total: the Cascade, Everett, Ranch, and Conrad fires. However, it's believed he set the Moon Fire as well, which occurred on August 5th. Maynard faces up to 20 years in prison and up to $250,000 in fines for each of the fires he pleaded guilty to setting. Yeah, he finally actually confessed. As part of his plea deal, he agreed to pay up to $500,000 in restitution to the federal government. Damn. If he has an EBT card, though, how can he afford all of this? That's what I want to know. Because we're talking $750,000 total, basically. What the hell? I don't even understand any of it. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment. With what we know about arson and arsonists, I think Maynard was a pyromaniac since the fires seem to have escalated as they went, and he always returned to the scene of the crime, wanting to kind of get gratification for what he did, which is pretty sick, if you ask me. But let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. As always, I'll leave links to the crime in the description below if you want to know more about what happened. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. Take care until next time. Bye, everyone.